Alright, hello guys again, in another longer video probably, as I assume it will be a longer one. Because today we'll be talking about the counters. Counter picks against every single hero in Unmatched. That was a concept for a video that a lot of you guys were like suggesting to me for a long time. So I decided, okay, let's do this. Because as we all know, in Unmatched, we got a lot of those fighters. Like, we'll be spending a lot of time in this Unmatched club today. So yeah, a lot of fighters. And what is our goal is to go through all of them and pick the best like counters against every single one of them. Because as we all know, all characters in Unmatched are you can categorize them and split them into different classes and archetypes that will be easily countered by the other type of like classes or archetypes, or maybe not like that way even. They're like following a certain playstyle which can be interrupted by some other character who is specifying very different playstyle. So for example, control might, especially a good control fighter, might have a very high chance to counter a character that is very aggressive and is not actually that good in this aggression. So this character will be countering the other character. And today I will be just going through all of them and tell you which like counters, or maybe let's say that way, if I am playing like, let's say, in the friends tournament, or just casually, if I see certain character and I have like five characters that I rolled, let's say, like I have 5 options of characters that I already like picked. Which of those characters uh, which of those characters will be the best like choice to counter the character that I'm seeing like on the other side of the table? And yeah, I will be going through all of this today. And also I want to tell it right away, I don't want to like tell you, for example, that yeah, against King Arthur pick this character and this character. No. This would be like too difficult, I would say, in today's Unmatched, because we have so many fighters that it's a little rough to just say, okay, to counter Little Red, you have to like pick, I don't know, Jill, Eredin, and all other characters. It is like easier to rank this, say something like that, if you are talking about the higher tiers and which characters to pick from all of those high tiers like options to counter other high tier options. It's much more easier to pick it because we have like 25 fighters that are in the higher tiers and could like be counters against other better characters. But I want to like talk about all of those fighters, and some of them are very bad, but still I want to give them some respect and just say which type of character should you like choose to counter them. And also, uh, while talking about this, I will be giving you an example or suggestions which character is belonging to to this category that I am like discussing, and yeah, you might just pick it to counter this character. Or maybe if you want to skip this whole thing, you can just watch the strategy and not strategy and archetypes tier list that I made. This was my first video, so it's not perfect. But yeah, you can just watch this one. It's hard to watch, honestly. But yeah, you can watch that one and know what I'm talking about, which characters I'm discussing about. You are better just watching part 2, let's be honest. Watch part 2 because it was much better than the first part. But yeah, okay. And also, uh, with this video, I think we'll start a new series, guys. Like straight up, we'll start a new series. And what this new series will be about, I will explain, like right right now. So, as I said, there will be a series of the Basically, I don't know how I like name it. I was thinking of the name Counter the Fighter. Yes, it's pretty cool. And in this like series, this type of videos, I will be picking a fighter, like 3 fighters that, or maybe 1 fighter. We'll see how many fighters. I want suggestions from you guys also for this one. And we'll be taking the fighters that opponent is having, and then we'll be rolling fighters, maybe 5 or I don't know, like random fighters will be rolling from this wheel. And then we will be having them like down below. Up there we'll be having the opponent's fighters. And one by one we'll be choosing which fighter from our roster we'll be picking against the opponent's roster. And we'll be analyzing this in all different ways, like which card counters which card in the opponent hand, what I am choosing this character in this scenario, why I'm choosing this character against this fighter. I think this would be like very cool, and I'm not sure about how many fighters the opponent will be picking or how we'll be doing the like counter picking. I want to like apply for sure that the fighters that will be rolling, that will be like having our roster, will be random, because it will add like more interesting scenarios. So it's not like we'll be always picking someone like Golden Bat or those types of heroes. We'll need to like find the good counters in our like 5 fighters, and then counter 3 opponents characters. So I think this will be a very cool idea, and also I will be like very like excited to hear your guys' opinions about this, because after every single one of those videos, in every single one of them, I'll be asking you guys to give like your propositions about which character you want to counter with which character. I think it will be very cool, because then we get to like discuss our like propositions, why we choose those over those fighters and all, and our like picks might just collide somewhere. So I think that will be pretty cool, like so cool. Let me guys know what you think about this, and just go back to the video. Okay, so with that out of the way, we can just jump straight to the characters and see which of them could be countered by which other characters. Yeah, so let's go to the first one. Woohoo! King Arthur. King Arthur, the first character in the Unmatched. Every tier list starts with him. Okay, so as all we know, King Arthur is a character that relies on the big Excalibur hit combined with Noble Sacrifice, and then finishing the opponent with momentous shifts, and with the where is this card? Oh, this one is Restless Spirit. So, if you want to absolute destroy King Arthur, who are you picking? In my honest opinion, you may say, and this will be a very like, I think this will apply to many other fighters, unfortunately, but I want to like try better to find better categories, because I can just say aggressive characters, but I don't want to like sit here and tell you that aggressive characters is probably the best answer against this type of characters, like always. So I will go the other way. Okay, what we see here, we see cards that can go higher, that are just basically going higher. It's not like he will be hitting you with 6 or with 3. He will be hitting you with 9 and with 5, or maybe even higher, and also or maybe even higher. So if you want to counter King Arthur, in my best opinion, your best shot is to take a character who has a lot of damage reduction. I mean, what I mean by that are the control characters who have like high block values. They have like cards that say reduce the opponent's card to its printed value, or just have also a lot of cancels. So this type of characters will be perfect against King Arthur because they will reduce the Excalibur to very low number. Momentum shift will be nothing. Fours are not scary. Your ability is not working for most part against them. Yeah, and the only thing that is scary are Restless Spirits, and yeah, just the moment when you don't really have any cards that reduce damage. Remember also to not play the Feint, the cancel, when you see Excalibur. Just hit them with something that is reducing the damage or something that blocks high, like 5 value, because those type of characters will be then healing or having like better blocks. So they're not that scared of taking 4 damage 2 times because they might just heal it, so they're fine. The characters I'm talking about for the most part is like Jill, Shredder, Donatello, those types of characters for the most part. Little Red, Tesla, you are fine with those characters against them, because also the characters that have cards that say ignore the value, because yeah, that's the whole King Arthur like playstyle. So yeah, those types of characters will just destroy King Arthur. Next up, oh yeah, we'll be scoring every time down here. Yeah, Medusa. Medusa is actually tough to counter. I gonna be like totally like honest with you. Because first of all, because Medusa is this weird mix of the control character who has a lot of sidekicks, hard hitting attacks, a lot of ping damage, these cards, and the ability that basically says like, yeah, remove the you ability that basically says that you have to play something like, I don't know, 2 or higher, so we will not get gazed. So if I would counter the Medusa, and I want to think about this. First of all, you have to take a character that can actually like somewhat be okay with losing a lot of cards and also clearing up sidekicks. So, and also you can play a character who is ranged. Because Medusa, her bigger weakness is to the moment when you are just getting close to her and she's not able to like block with harpies, because you see, she has like dashes, she has snipes and hiss and slither and feints, but those are not that high numbers. So if you are playing a character who can just destroy the sidekicks or harpies, even not even with the AoE attack that hits like, let's say, all 3 or 2 harpies or 3 harpies, but with the character that is just dealing ping damage, so this character can just go through harpies. He can then this character can just destroy the Medusa at this point, because she has only 2 revives, and it will be not a problem for this character to just, you know, destroy it. So what I mean by that, you want a character first of all that has ping damage. Okay, that's the first thing. Second of all, the character that is not struggling with drawing cards. Because if you will pick character that is struggling with drawing cards, something like clutching claws and hisses will just destroy your hand, and you will be never able to just like pressure the Medusa. This is very bad. And then you want to have like high damage on this character. You don't want to like sit back also against Medusa, because she will be like taking advantage of that and only attacking you when she like wants to. So yeah, and also she will eventually surround you, and now you have a problem. That's why you have to have like ping damage to eliminate harpies, and then somewhat high value attacks to just deal with her force and freeze. Because yeah, be aware, if you will be sitting in her zone, you want to just maybe, you can say take a character that have movement after combat, but I feel it's not like that important. More important is to just pick a character who just slaps high. Good example, Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier can clear up those harpies and he smacks so high that Medusa will just die. However, on the other hand, someone like Luke Cage is terrible because he will just lose the whole hand and also his whole like health, but with from the glances and from the ability. And yeah, that's a problem. Someone like Sindbad actually I think could work at this case, maybe not that much because you will be wasting the attacks on harpies. But yeah, you see, just take an aggressive character that can just go in, not even getting action gains, just can go in and finish the job quickly, and has a lot of cards, card draw at all. Like Robin. Robin is fine, I think, against Medusa. He is kind of fine. So yeah, Medusa character, pick a character, aggressive character, a lot of ping damage, high attack values, maybe someone that is ranged, and then yeah, ping damage at a lot of cards, and try to like kill her. I know it's a little messy now that when I'm talking about Medusa, but that's why she is very like high in competitive play because the counters for her are like not that common. You have to like actually know how to counter her because you have to take like a lot of things into consideration. Next one, Alice. Alice is known for smacking the opponent very high, and that's her like main thing. However, what I know also from Alice is that yeah, she smacks high, but we don't care about this. What we want to though is to actually like hit her as often as possible. So characters that can like combo the opponent to death are pretty great against her. Why so? Look, yeah, those are all the offensive cards. Okay, they are not getting crazy high with her ability. This can go up to 5, so it's not like that threatening. This is 6, so it's more threatening, but it has the downside of changing size. However, her best offensive tools are Skirmish, Momentous Shift, Max Info. And now, if you will eliminate those 3 cards from her offensive defensive play, which cards are left to block? Mata's Hatter, Feint, I Am Late, and Looking Glass. Regroup is like, okay, you can block, but why would you? And yeah, they can go crazy high with the small allies, but you don't really have that many blocks. That's why Alice, her main focus is to just go in and hit the opponent with those high values as quick as possible, and she will be sacrificing those defensive cards for the offense, because her offensive cards, I mean the red cards, are not that powerful, they are not going crazy high, so she will be spending those 3 to attack you. That's why you want to just... She also don't really have like a lot of health. That's why you want to pick a character that will just go in and spam the attacks over and over. So she will be struggling to like block everything. I mean, I can say just pick a combo character that will just go action, 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 because yeah, after like first and second action, she will be for sure lacking defenses unless she will feint your action gain. But yeah, you don't even have like take like character that has the action gains. You can just pick a character that can go in and smack every turn. What I mean by that is maneuver, attack every turn. In this case, Alice will be losing defenses relatively quickly, and if you will just add some action gains to this playstyle with maneuver, attack, it will be very difficult for her to eventually like block. Yeah, looking glasses are the most like annoying if you will go against her. But believe me, if you will be running away from Alice, it will be just rough, because eventually she will just ramp up to the point when she is just smacking you 7s and 8s and 6s every turn, and as defensive as and as control you how you be eventually you will just be not able to block, because all of your good blocks will be just wasted on even the Jabberwock cards. That's why I think the strategy that worked the best for me was to just go in with some cool aggressive character and just destroy her at first turns. Even picking someone like Oda is already very deadly for her, because yeah, Alice will be hitting those guards for high numbers, but she will be also like getting smacked so high. Yeah, I think just picking the character that is, smacking relatively often, like every turn, smacking, and even characters with auto damage are fine, but yeah, this is the nice addition. But yeah, characters who are just maneuver attack every turn and sometimes slipping some action gains into this playstyle are just great. And also, you can think about a character that has more health than just 13, because yeah, you will be having more time. So even someone like Spider-Man, I would say, is pretty chill against her. Like, yeah, even Spider-Man is fine. So yeah, that's Alice. Next one is Sindbad, and Sindbad counters are very easy. If you see Sindbad against you, just pick a character who has a lot of sidekicks, and then a character that has a lot of cancels. There you go. Because Sindbad has this like the little disadvantage of, yeah, as you can see, he has a lot of damage that is ramping up, but he doesn't really have like ping damage or AoE damage. I would like to call it that way. He has a lot of single target damage, so that's scary against heroes that are not having a lot of sidekicks. However, imagine playing against someone who has like 3+ sidekicks, and this character can revive those sidekicks. Then Sindbad is losing so much of the value that is really bad. And even if you will add some cancels to it, it will just make him more and more like difficult to play, because now even if you will cancel, because cancels are basically destroying everything in his deck except commanding impact, but commanding impact is only 1 copy, so even if you will just take 3 damage because you predicted wrong, then it's fine even then. So but basically feints are removing all of his voyages, all of those 4 value cards, because he likes to attack with them also. But yeah, taking 2 damage is nothing. And then they are removing momentous shifts, because they will be cancelled to 3. And I'm talking about feints. Let's imagine the cards like Parry or the other 3 value cancel effects. Then all of those cards are even worse, because now commanding impact is hitting you for 2, and all of those 4s are hitting you for 1, and this one for 0. So yeah, not only you are countering him with sidekicks, you are also countering him with cancels. But remember, you have to like have 3+ sidekicks, because if you have like 2 sidekicks, it's not like that reliable. You will just build a wall, but this wall will be like destroyed very quickly with even something like regroups, offensive regroups, and it will be overall not that great experience. So yeah, pick the control characters with a lot of sidekicks and a lot of feints. You're fine. Okay, Dracula is next apparently. Okay, Dracula. This guy is building up his whole game to do the beast form. However, his biggest disadvantage is look, almost no blocks. Yeah, he has sisters, of course, but if you are playing a character who will just destroy his whole like blocks, and also don't pick a character because you may think by looking at it, yeah, so I'll pick a character who is just smacking high and I'm fine. I don't think that that's the way, because look into my eyes is already like, okay, pretty great against these characters. And do my bidding is even better. So I think the best way against Dracula is to just pick the characters who just go in and smack very quickly, because then he will not he will be not able to find his beast form, and it will be very difficult for him to find it like sooner, unless he will just get it in the starting hand. And because he will be like attacking him so often, he will just eventually like collapse. He has like 13 health, so that's also pretty like problematic for him. But then there are like sisters, and I think that's similar case to Medusa. He's basically like Medusa, but now you don't have to like worry about all of those stupid discards, because he doesn't really have those discards except like ambush, but you don't care. But yeah, what else? I think personally I would pick someone that is just very like quick. Action gains are stupid against him, unfortunately, because he has do my bidding and feints. So, and he has like five of them. So action gains would be like destroyed, unfortunately, unless they are like built up into your into your ability. Control characters, I think, are not the way, because controls will not finish their job as quickly as you want. So Dracula will build his hand to the point that he has beast forms, and he will just do my bidding your attack, destroy one of your defenses that are great. You know the feint, and they just blast you with beast form and you are dead. And also he is pretty good against controls, because he has healing, he has summons, he has auto damage, life steal. I mean, he can clear up sidekicks. He has card draw. He's already fine against controls. So I think those aggressive characters that can just kill him before he will get to his win condition are fine. Next one is the Invisible Man, and the Invisible Man is very easy. The only thing you need to do is to just pick a character that has a lot of movement. And with Invisible Man, it's not the problem of the character you're picking against him, it's more of a problem of the map you're picking against him. Because, yeah, he will be just placing his fox everywhere on the board. So if you are playing on the map that has very like stupid connections and is a big map, it will be a difficult to catch to him. But if I think against Invisible Man, you can just pick anybody, unless he is not like a low tier fighter, or he's like not having the basic movement. If you will pick a character that has at least 3 movement, you are cheating probably, because you will be always catching to this guy and hitting him. And yeah, he is on the fog tokens, but those fog tokens will just not help him. A lot of his cards, yeah, they have high like values, but a lot of them has a disadvantage of, for example, like moving the Invisible Man or drawing him a card, which is bad for him because he wants to win in fatigue. So if you'll be like spamming the attacks into him all the time, he will just draw so many cards that he will die on fatigue like first. And also he's not threatening, because those cards are not threatening. The only threatening part about him are those cards, those 3. But you don't care, because you will just kill him so quickly. He is very easy to counter. Also, you can pick a fatigue fighter and you will chilling. Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, in competitive playstyle, people are just running away from him, and they're fine. But I want to just maybe expand it a little. So yeah, so you're actually countering a character, because yeah, A lot of those characters you can just counter, but by running away. Unfortunately, King Arthur, Alice, maybe not Alice, but Invisible Man. Yeah, all of those fighters you can just counter, but by running away. So yeah, and it's also a thing for Dr. Jekyll. But I want to pick something that is actually countering his deck. And if I would just go with Dr. Jekyll, I think all good control is the way. Like straight up. He's surprisingly very good against aggressive fighters. Like good luck winning against all of those values. Like look, all of his cards are so high. He has healing, he has a lot of health, 16. So it will be a chore to just go through all of his good blocks, and eventually you even might die because he will build up to the moment. You will stack him cards, give him cards, and then he will just one shot you with Forever Height. So don't pick any aggro or action gain character against him. The best thing is to just pick some good control fighter with a lot of health and just yeah, play this slow game, even let him to build up to Forever Height. Your objective is basically to survive Forever Height and auto damage, and if you are surviving Forever Height, auto damage, and then maybe duality and recalling blow, then you are just chilling and you can just fatigue him or just do your aggro. So I think again, maybe not characters that are reducing values, because you don't care. You just want the characters who have overall good values. So even Golden Bat is fine, because if he will just play something like Forever Height with three Jekyll cards, it will be 11. But yeah, Golden Bat has a lot of health. He has very good blocks, so he can just block him. And I know it's very like yeah, it's like punching already like injured person. So yeah, by picking the golden bat. So I think yeah, the characters that are just that have good control game, high values, cool effects, good movement overall are chilling. And next one, I know who is next. The Sherlock. Okay, the best. I know Sherlock is busted. Okay, he's powerful. He has these cards. He has auto damage, and he has stupid cancels. But if I would like counter him, I would first of all pick a character that is able to rush him very quickly, like from the first turns. So think Raptors, Cloak and Dagger, um, maybe Oda. I saw people like playing Oda against him and even succeed, but I think it's very like luck dependent. But yeah, characters that can just go in, surround him, and just smack him are alright. And the other option is to pick a characters that ignore auto damage. So let's say even Moon Knight is alright. Maybe not Moon Knight because he will counter Moon Knight. He will just wait until Kanshu is like disabled. But Eredin and Titania are pretty alright because they will ignore auto damage, and that's huge part of his playstyle. You know, confirm suspicion, master of the disguise, and then counter punch. If you will just remove those things out of his playstyle, he only has those fives, four of them, and nothing, no more damage in deck. So yeah, those two like type of heroes I would pick against him. Next one is probably Bigfoot. Bruce Lee, okay. Against Bruce Lee, I think the characters also that can just break his combo, because yeah, he has like some scary attacks, like for example, yeah, Momentous Shift. Then he has the where is it? Yeah, Skirmish. But except those two cards, his whole like thing is to play his Jeet Kune-Dus, and all of them rely on giving him the action. So if you will pick a character that will just feint his like Jeet Kunduz, or just maybe not even like cancel it, but have a movement after combat on defense, is awesome against him, because now he will be like, okay, he will get close to you, he will play his Jeet, like let's say let's say this one, the opponent discard one random card, and so yeah, he will just hit you, and now you play the card that allows you to move after combat, so you just move back 2 spaces, and now he's just wasted his whole Jeet Kundu and he's cooked. But yeah, so yeah, those characters, if you don't want to feint, or better, you have character that has movement after combat and the cancels. So pretty much Dracula, yeah, Dracula is the good answer from characters that we already discussed. So those types of characters that can counter his Jeets are basically destroying him, because now on, if Jeets are being thrown but not combined together, the only dangerous things are skirmishes and momentous shifts. So yeah, those heroes. And also don't pick a lot of sidekicks against him, because he will just destroy all of those sidekicks for free with his 1-inch punch. So don't pick those guys against him. He will just destroy them. And killing him is not a problem then, if you will just counter his Jeets. Bigfoot. Oh, this is another example of character that will be so difficult to like discuss, similar to Medusa, because again, we are talking about character who's very good competitively. You cannot aggro him because he has a lot of force, a lot of cancels, like tons of cancels. You can fatigue him because he has jackalope horns and crash through woods. Yeah. I think the best shot against Bigfoot is to just pick a character who has overall like good values, the control character that can just match his pace. Because yeah, he has free movement, he has a lot of card draw, he has nice damage, like huge damage, and great like defensive play style. So you want to match his pace, and just pick a character who also has a lot of good blocks, good attacks, and some fatigue game. I would say even Loki is alright, because those characters can just play slowly and they are not in rush. They can slowly but surely, remove cards from each other and all. Bigfoot doesn't really have a lot of these cards, so if you will play, for example, Jill, yeah, he will be in trouble. Also, you can pick a characters that have a lot of auto damage, because he is not able to heal himself. So every auto damage is great against him, because it's like a permanent damage. So someone like Little Red is okay, Medusa is okay. And also, I'm not talking that characters that are having a lot of sidekicks, because he can just destroy them with savagery or with the regroups. That's why I think the character who is just slower, it has a lot of good values. It might have sidekicks, like sidekicks are a great addition, because now you are wasting his savageries and regroups. He will be wasting on them, those, so yeah. But the overall character that is just good at control and has similar values to him. Like Jill is a great example. Next one, the Robin Hood. Yeah, against Robin Hood, I think if you just clear up outlaws, you are just chilling. So characters that can just blow up the sidekicks. If he's like not able, if he's like sidekicks are disabled, he's just dead, straight up. Just clear up his sidekicks and then aggro him to death. Next one is Achilles. Oh my god, it's so difficult. I mean, you can play the Achilles against Achilles the way that a lot of people are playing, which is to totally ignore the Patroclus or destroy Patroclus in the moment where Achilles is not having a lot of cards. So yeah, definitely not. So first of all, don't pick a character that is aggressive, because Achilles will just block for ages, and yeah, he doesn't care about the aggression. Eventually you will hit the under the Achilles helmet and he will just absolutely destroy you with his 6 value attacks and 8 value attacks. So don't do this. And also he has like huge health bar, so don't try it. I think the best shot against Achilles are characters. First of all, you can take sidekicks into him, like a lot of sidekicks into him, because he will be, if you will kill Patroclus, he will be smashing your sidekicks with his like high values, and he wants to like use those high values on you, not your sidekick. So that's first thing. But I mean, the best strategy against him, the best types of characters against him, are characters that are able to like run away from him on a bigger map, and also are having auto damage, because auto damage will go through all of those like stupid blocks, and that's pretty good. So that's first thing. And second of all, why would you like a character that is having great movement? Because at his second phase, when he's enraged, the only good thing that he can boost with is under Achilles helmet. And I guarantee you, at this point of the game, when he's enraged, he will be having like 2 of those on one of them. So he only has one good way to get close to you. All other cards, yeah, he can use those cards still, the Patroclus cards, but but there's only 2 boost value. So if you are free move character that will be boosting to the other side of the board, he will just fatigue to death. And then even if he will get close to you, you can just play the cards that deal auto damage or defense on defense. So he will be losing health, and yeah, even if you'll block with force, he will deal 2 damage to you. So now he's winning combat, drawing a card. While it's dangerous, he'll eventually fatigue out and die. So that's the best strategy against this guy. And also don't save like Patroclus for too long. If you will see that Achilles is sitting for on like 3 or 4 cards even, just blow up the Patroclus and destroy him in one turn, and he is. And now Achilles will discard 2 cards, and he might be vulnerable, so we can just smack him and then just run away. Pretty easy. Bloody Mary. Oh my god, yeah, pretty easy. Just put a lot of sidekicks at her face. She's just struggling at this point. Like, no auto damage in her deck except Broken Mirror, so Broken Glass, I mean. So if you'll just put a lot of sidekicks at her face, she will just waste a lot of cards on them and never like get to you. Even with reaction gains, like why would you bother even? Then we got the Yenenka? No, Wukong. Oh my god, Wukong is difficult. You want to pick a character who is dealing auto damage, like straight up. That's why T-Rex is very good against him, because T-Rex will just play his trash at some moment, and this trash will just destroy all of Wukong clones, so now he can just get close to Wukong and slap him with high values, so yeah. But with Wukong, I think the best way... You are, first of all, you are not picking characters that are melee, because they will just never get close to him, so yeah, this type of character who is just melee, you are just not picking those, because believe me, you will just never win. Because look at this bullshit, yeah, you will just not win. Wukong overall has very good playstyle, like very, very good playstyle against those melee fighters. So that's the first condition. And then next condition is in my mind picking a character that has auto damage on defense, because it will be always like leading to this wonderful trait of, yeah, Wukong is the clone is hitting your character, but your character is like Yeah, it will take damage, but then it will deal 1 damage to the clone, and now you can just go close to Wukong, kill his other clones, and then hit him. So that's the best playstyle, I'm pretty sure. Also, attacking him often is pretty alright. Yeah, a character with a lot of attacks, because now you were just able to sacrifice some of those attacks on clones, and then can get close to Wukong, so yeah. But the fact that he's countering one type of heroes basically by existing is just not okay. He's overall very difficult to counter in my eyes, because yeah, you have to have auto damage, a lot of attacks, and also somewhat okay movement and health to survive those attacks. He's stupid. And then Yenenga. Yenenga is powerful, like a lot of good values. You see, very good values, very good control game. She can action gain to death and all. But the best strategy against her, honestly, because she has a huge health bar, is to just go in and slap her with high values. Because you see, she has something like stallions, like point blanks, shield formation. Jaws of the Beast. Jaws of the Beast is actually the scariest attack block. I mean block in her deck. Maybe except skirmish. But if you will pick a character that is just slapping high and can just slap high very often, like Luke Cage or Moon Knight or someone like even Alice, if you will be playing those guys, maybe those guys are a bad example, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about characters that can just go in and slap very high very often, like relatively often. Like Sindbad. That's why Sindbad is countering her. Because he is just going in and slapping her so much that she's just dying. She's not able to do her cool things. I mean, she's still able to do her action gains and all. But with those high value hitting characters, you are just chewing through her soldiers or her archers like there is no tomorrow, and then you are just smacking her all the time and she will just crumble. Yeah, who is next? Beowulf. Ah, oh my god. Beowulf is lacking defenses, first of all, so if you are picking a character that is just smacking often, getting action gains, just a character who gets action gains is enough. Smack with, and also the characters that are going through armors, like Little Red, Robin Hood, Tesla, all of those guys who are just ignoring the values of the blocks will just destroy him. He is just so easy to counter. Just pick a character who's doing the combo, even the small numbers, or character that is going through blocks, and you are just fine. Don't, because the worst thing is the Grendel. But if you'll be smacking with the low numbers, but like all the time, Grendel is just not threatening to you because it will just retaliate maybe 2 damage into you, and now he has like no defenses, so pretty easy. Little Red is next, yeah? Yeah, Little Red. Against Little Red, I'm pretty sure the best characters you can pick are characters that are hitting hard. Because this girl, yeah, she smacks like crazy with her auto damage. And yes, she has baskets, but if you will be hitting her with very high attacks, she will just lose health slowly but surely, but believe me, it will be not easy to even kill her that way. You may say just pick the control hero, but I think that's very not a good idea, because her auto damage will be going through all of those good blocks that control characters are having, and also those cards, so that's a problem. Her healing is crazy. So in my eye, her card draw is crazy. So in my eyes, just pick this character that is good at hitting with values like, I don't know, 7s, 8s even. So someone like Moon Knight even, and Golden Bat. and you will be chilling. Also, you can pick a character, this is the another option, that is disabling auto damage, because if you disable her auto damage, she is like not dealing damage now to you, except something like big eyes or I long have I saw you, the hunter for. So yeah, then if you disable her auto damage with Everidin or Titania, she is losing a lot of damage, straight up. And high hitting characters will just destroy her very quickly. Buffy. You don't really. This is the only character from the Buffy set that you actually like need to think how to counter. First of all, don't pick character that has a lot of sidekicks, because Buffy is like easily will just destroy them very quickly without any problems. But as you can see, she doesn't really have a lot of blocks, good blocks. I mean, she has a lot of good blocks, but they are not crazy. You just need to pick a character who has good at controlling the game and and has high values. Big smacking characters will just obliterate her, so that's okay because she has like small health bar. Overall, she is designed to counter all of those sidekick characters and sometimes do some more crazy things with insights or maybe smack high with counter cards. But yeah, that's it. She's specialized and at like avoiding and destroying sidekicks, and that's it. So yes, taking even Luke Cage into her is already like pretty bad. Mm, pretty bad for her, of course. Then we got Spike. Yeah, just have a character that can move, run away. If you want to just, maybe fight with him on shadow tokens, you're still alright. With some characters that are control, but just pick a character that can run away, or maybe just can hit and run away. Yeah, he's just bad. He's just bad designed. Oh, she is actually very cool, Willow. First of all, Willow is. She might be a problem more than people are giving her credit for. And against Willow, I'm pretty sure you need to take a character who has high blocks. And that's like only counter. That's the only thing you need. Because you may think, oh, she's weak, you can pick anybody against her. But bro, imagine if you'll be you will be getting smacked with sevens and sixes all the time. So you have to have high blocks, and eventually she will just die because you will be blocking her sevens. If you will just, if she will just lose 7 value attacks, 6 value attacks, you are just fine. You don't need to worry about anything anymore. Maybe about Tara being like totally tanky. But yeah, just pick a character with the high blocks and be chilling. Yeah, so even someone like, I don't know, I'm trying to find very stupid example. Bro, even if you will pick Dr. Jekyll, I think you are right against her because Dr. Jekyll has a lot of fine blocks, or Invisible Man even. They have a lot of high blocks, so they will be blocking black magic and Flayed alive. And yeah, then she can do nothing to you. And then we got Angel. Yeah, against Angel, just pick everybody who is smacking high or has a good control game or is very aggressive. Maybe not aggressive characters. Just avoid characters who have bad aggressive game and bad defensive play. So basically bad controls and bad aggros. Everyone else is like fair shot against him. He's just so weak. Electra, oh my god. I don't know, man. Electra is a problem overall. Uh, very good counter is to just pick a Black Panther and steal her whole deck. This is the good counter, but even then she can destroy him. So I don't know. I feel like Electra, if she will kill you, she'll just kill you. It's hard to aggro her down even because her ninja will be just constantly taking, like being revived with Hands of Red. There will be the high blocks you will be hitting her with will be just destroyed. So I think the best shot is to take a character who can eliminate those ninja quickly. So yeah, character with a lot of AoE damage, like Philippa. But there is like no escaping her combo, so it's very difficult to counter her. Except those, maybe Luke Cage, because Luke Cage is avoiding her whole like combo with his passive armor. Also, characters with end of turn will be great because they will just stop her from doing this big combo on you. But yeah, that's the only solution that I can give you. Or characters with movement. Yeah, yeah. Mm, Daredevil. Oh my god. If you are playing a character that has a lot of feints, I mean cancel effects, like Bigfoot, like Donatello, uh, like Little Red even, you're just fine because you only need to find the moment when he will be playing devils and just cancel those devils. If you will be playing cancels a lot of time, so even playing Jill is already deadly because yeah, he might attack with this or with something like feint because he will be baiting you. But I don't know. Daredevil is overall not really threatening because his values, as you can see, are very trash, except Devil of Hell's Kitchen. So if you just pick a character with a lot of cancels and cancel him to death, that's it. Because then character is not working. Bullseye. Just pick a character that is able to get close to him and smack him high and he's dead. Like 3 values, he can do nothing about this. He can run away to other side of the board, but you can just boost, get close to him and smack him again, so even Alice is alright. And not even talking about someone like Yennefer and Triss. Black Widow, same. You don't want to like keep her alive for a long time, so just go in and smack her with high values and she will die. Yeah, missions are dangerous, so also pick a character that has like bigger health bar, so character that is smacking high but also has like maybe not good blocks but a lot of health. And then Widow will just be not able to kill you, and also she will be not able to survive your big hits, so good luck, good luck. Then who else? Even Geralt is like threatening cancer. Black Panther. Black Panther is overall like, yes, he can steal your whole deck, but what you want to do is to kill this girl early, Shuri. So just take a character that either smacks high or is very aggressive. So you can get close to Shuri and just kill her very quickly. That's very good strategy. Because she doesn't really have a lot of blocks. Like, see, the 2 value, 1 value, and this is the best block she got, and yeah, and also this one. So if you just pick a character that is smacking sixes, sure, you'll just die, and then you will be having easier time with Black Panther also because, as you can see, his blocks, while he can boost them, uh, they are not like great. Very easy to counter overall. Winter Soldier, I think it's similar case. Like you see, now he's more dangerous because he has a lot of sixes. So first of all, picking a character with a lot of health is mandatory. But then again, pick a character that just smacks high and go to town because his blocks are very bad. And also pick a character that has better movement. Mm, because now you will be able to constantly be on his ass and he will never like run away from you. So yeah, that's our main point, to just get to him quickly and smack him all the time. Also, he doesn't have a lot of card draw, so if you will be like pressuring him all the time with someone like, yeah, my favorite example, Chupacabra, he will just die like straight up. Hitting him with sixes is just so deadly, he will just die. And also another thing, don't pick characters with a lot of sidekicks against him, because while yeah, it seem like it will be good because he has a lot of sixes, so it will be so easy to counter him with sidekicks. He has Wily fighting, so he will just clear them up. So yeah, just go in and smack his ass before he will do anything. Houdini. There is no counter to Houdini, unfortunately. Houdini is just cheating in this game. If you see Houdini, just you can just leave the tournament. And yeah, I think the best way to play against Houdini is to just pick someone like Sherlock who can discard his cards. And yeah, you can play Eredin who can just block his whole like zone with sidekicks, or maybe Robin even. But there's no counter to Houdini except those sidekicks and the lighting auto damage, because he's just cheating, and yeah, he's stupid. Then we got Genie. Genie is like fair, he's cool. I think Genie, like, never pick a character that wants to go for a long game, because Genie will just shine in the like end or middle game. In the end game, he will be like unstoppable, and in the mid game, he will be almost unstoppable. So never let him go to this point, and yeah, just aggro him down with big hits, because as you can see, his values are very low. He will be happy if you will be smacking him with big hits, because yeah, Prisoner's Torment exists, so he will be getting his free wishes and everything quicker. But overall, you want to just eliminate him very fast. Like that's the main idea. And also, I think picking the characters that are just smacking very often is not actually that great, because he has left, first of all, Prisoner's Torment, and also Back into the Lamp is totally ignoring the whole value of those characters that are smacking lower but often. So yeah, don't do this. Action gains are also very bad, because Feint and Sultans. But yeah, characters that are smacking very high, even Yennefer and Triss that are also discarding cards, are pretty dope against him. Tesla. This is a very weird order on the side. Very weird. Oh my god, Tesla is difficult to counter because he is doing everything. And I think the best shot against him is to pick very similar character to him and just outvalue him. So picking someone like Little Red, like Blackbeard, is pretty alright. Because if you will be playing Tesla against those characters that are controlly, so even Jill and Golden Bat, you will be on the same like level as them. And all of those effects, like destroying a lot of sidekicks, or going through armor, or smacking with sevens, gaining actions and healing, they will not be that like impressive to those fighters as they are to the fighters that are aggressive and have a lot of sidekicks. Like Tesla is basically a character that can just destroy all of those aggressive fighters with his like great values and cool effects. But yeah, I think picking control fighter against him is just pretty dope, because now we are on the fair level. Also, I think taking the OTK character is pretty great against him, because the only thing that is scary now, if you are playing the OTK character, is the polyphase coils, and you can just remove them with your cool card that every OTK character have. That is, removing the card from the opponent's hand. Chosen for the most part. So you can just remove the polyphase coils unless he has 2 copies at hand, and then just hit them with 9 value Excalibur, 11 value Beast Form, Forever Height, and you're fine. But I think control is more like fun against him. But yeah, you can pick the OTK. Like picking Raphael against him is pretty like cheating. So yeah, OTK and control. Next one is Jill. And Jill is pretty hard to actually counter. I think against Jill, you overall want to... like, slapping high is not doing that much. Aggressing her down... Yeah, okay. I think if I would go against Jill, I would just straight up go for someone that is doing the combo. because yeah, while she have a lot of her blocks are basically busted, all of them, and she has a lot of cancels, like maybe not a lot, but she can take them back. She can like do these things, which is stupid, and utility belt is just broken. So I think character that is destroying the opponent hand is pretty great. So something that discards cards, gaining a lot of actions, is just dope against her. Because every card that she's losing is like so bad for her. She wants to use every single card she have because they're giving her like huge value, and you want to destroy this value. If you just destroy her whole like good blocks like utility belts, gyroscopic jets, even this thing, yeah, and then destroy Daisy in the meantime, you have like nothing to be scared of because now only those cards are scary to you. And yeah, this scheme from Daisy, that's why you want to kill her. But I think Jill is overall like very solid character that is countering like a lot of guys in the roster. So yeah. Also picking characters with sidekicks will be difficult for her because now she's not able to hit you with basically anything. So yeah, Medusa I think is alright. Medusa is pretty right against her. Like straight up, because Medusa is discarding cards from her, so she's suffering because these cards are very bad for her. And then getting through sidekicks for Jill is just a pain because only Laser Pen, and Battle of Wits are dealing damage, but then she's lacking damage to just finish you off. So who else? Oh my god, Golden Bat. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa. Golden Bat is also this very weird to like discuss how to counter him because he has very good values, like good attacks, fives that become sevens, these cards. He has huge blocks, cancels, he has recursion, movement that is stupid. So overall, I think if you're going against Golden Bat, just pick a character that has action gains, because as you can see, while he has a lot of those high values, he don't really have a lot of those blocks. Like he has those stupid cards like this, but there are two value. Same for this one. On defense, it will be always like two. So he has great blocks with those two, but then the rest of his deck is like freeze. And for example, inside of the ancients, he wants to use on offense with +2. So just action gain him out, because eventually he will run out of defenses. And a lot of people were doing this against me. And yeah, he don't really have a lot of those feints because he only have two of those cancels, so he will not like delete your actions. And also sidekicks are not working against him if you think about this, because he has this one, this thing. It will just remove the sidekicks. So yeah, action gains are the way. Annie Christmas. Oh, a character with auto damage. Just straight up, because Annie Christmas will be on purpose lowering her health to very low to just match your pace. So you can also pick a character with a low health, like less than 12, because then it will be more difficult for her to trigger her ability, and then the character is not working, because hitting with 5s, yeah, okay, but she wants to be basically 1 or 2 health lower than you, or maybe even lower. So you now we are having very low health, and then you are smacking her with auto damage when she's very low, and she's dead. Pretty easy. Just be ready for the big attacks. Oda. You need a character that is just deleting those guards very quickly. If you delete the guards like right away, Oda is just basically useless. Also, you just pick a character that has a lot of health, first of all, because maybe a lot of health, a lot of sidekicks, whatever. Like it is interchangeable, like in case of Oda, because now he needs to like go through a sidekicks to even surround you, to flank you. I mean, so it will be difficult for him. Then killing the guards, so just pick a character that is having like a lot of sidekicks and smack high, and you're basically destroying him. Tomoe. Oh my god, Tomoe is difficult because Tomoe is like Yenenga and Jill. They can adapt pretty easily to the playstyle. And actually, I don't know. I think the character that has a lot of card draw, because Tomoe rely on the whole aspect, this whole like concept of opponent is going into her zone and then he's losing his whole like cards to aggro her, and she's just protecting herself, discarding him cards. And yeah, that's pretty bad. So now he needs to like leave the zone, so he's taking the damage from her ability. And now she can exploit this with something like Warrior Spa, Fearsome Strength of this one, and she can stay in the zone because piercing shots. So if you'll be a character that has great like card draw, you are just chilling. You can just pick T-Rex and never leave her zone, and Chupacabra then again never leave her zone, and she's just suffering then. Raptors. You need to pick a lot of auto damage and a lot of blocks against those guys. Also, you can pick sidekicks, but I think Raptors will just destroy those sidekicks pretty quickly, and they will farm ambushes and action gains on your sidekicks. So my best like idea is, first of all, don't pick a character that is a single hero, because then they will just surround you. Your best choice is to just pick those like sidekicks, one health sidekicks characters, or a character with one big health sidekick, because now they will be having a tougher time around you, the Raptors, I mean. And yeah, that's first thing. The other thing is you want to have the damage on defense, because they will be attacking you a lot of time. So hitting them on defense is very good. And overall a character with a lot of blocks, because yeah, they will just action you. So yeah, the character that has sidekicks or of any kind, then the character who has great blocks, like not great blocks but a lot of blocks, and deal auto damage on defense. Maldun, InGen. Okay, against InGen, this is the example of the character that wants the game to go for so long. That's why you need to take a character that is also playing for so long and is ranged. Because Maldon is the type of hero that is countering all melee matchups with his traps, because now the melee characters will always like step into his traps, so that's a problem. That's why you want to pick a character that is good at control, the character that can heal, and yeah, you're ready to go. You don't even need sidekicks. You just need the good defenses, recursion maybe, and healing. You're just fine. And you're a character that can just go for longer games. And it's not melee, it's ranged. So yeah, Maldon is pretty okay if you'll take this type of heroes. Deadpool, nah. Cloak and Dagger. Just a character that can smack so high in the early game, so yeah. Cloak and Dagger overall are just dying so quickly because they have 7 health. 8 health, sorry. So if you'll pick a character that can smack just very high values, you can just OTK one of them in the beginning of the game. The Dagger, you just want to eliminate Dagger as quickly as possible, because as you can see their blocks are trash except those two. And if you will just kill Dagger quickly, this is the game over. So just take a character that smacks high enough to go through those blocks, and those blocks, those are basically fours. So yeah, and the character that can do it right away, because if you will be waiting, they will just action gain you to death. Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is a problem overall. I was thinking that you can pick an aggro character that has a lot of card draw, but I was wrong. Doctor Strange has Winds of Ratumb, like Miss of Monapoa, so he's already countering those aggro fighters. So I think if you see Doctor Strange, you want to pick someone that is on the similar level, that has a lot of healing, great recursion, great movement. Uh, Basically it. So we can pick Jill, Golden Bat, I guess, and try your best. I think even Donatello has a fair shot against him. Just pick a character that can survive longer games, can survive discards, can survive healing, can survive, yeah, basically great fatigue game, and you're fine. I think even Bigfoot is kinda cool against him. So yeah, just pick a character who is similar to him when it comes to the character that can survive longer games, have a lot of card draw, great movement, great values. Ghost Rider, pretty easy. Pretty easy. So never pick a character with a lot of sidekicks because he can just roam through them, so they are not exist. But roaming is the only good thing about him. Also, don't pick a character who has a low health bar. Like below 13 is just a bad idea against him because he will just roam through you and then explode. So you're dead then. But just picking a character whose max high is already a death sentence to him because his values, as you can see, are bad. Except control the demon, deal with the devil, and penance there. But he's using those two on offense. So just pick a character that's max high, and you are easy. Like you are just alright. Even picking somebody like Leonardo, I can imagine, is pretty dope. Pretty like alright against this guy. The Hamlet. Oh, oh my god, Hamlet. Is it just run away? You can just run away. But if you want to just survive him, play fair game when you are just trading damage, then just pick the control fighter and you're basically countering the whole kit because his big hits are not that big. The bigger he can hit is 8 value and he's wasting both of those copies on it, so he will smack you with 2-7 probably. And also pick a character with normal blocks, nor versatiles, because if you will be having a lot of those blue values, he will be you will be not that like there will be not that high risk for you to like take the uncertain doom, and that's basically it. And then he will heal something sometimes, but you don't care because you're a control fighter that has good blocks, good discards, good everything. You're just destroying this character. It's just bad design. Luke Cage. Just pick character with auto damage because Luke Cage has the passive armor, so yeah, it will be harder to hit him. He has Trash Talk, Power Man, the skin like Titanium. But if you will just use auto damage against him, even Dr. Jekyll is alright. Then he's just dead. And also he smacks very high, so be careful. But he's not smacking that high that yeah you will just die now. Just pick a character with auto damage that has a lot of auto damage and you're fine. Spider-Man. Well, against Spider-Man you can just I don't know, go in and smack him with sixes and he will die. But you can also pick a character who has bigger health bar, and that's the only condition because you have the only thing you need to like be wary about is to those sixes and fives, and then he's doing nothing to you. So yeah, you can just smack him and he will die because as you can see he has bad blocks except right in the face and the web shooters. So yeah, just smack him. If you will be aggressing him down, it also works because he don't really have a card draw except snarks. So if you'll be aggroing him down, he will just run out of defenses and then die. Very easy to counter. She-Hulk, oh my god, She-Hulk is actually so good. Oh my god, against She-Hulk, it's hard to aggro her down because she has a tool that will just aggro, that will just destroy all of those aggro fighters. It's also very threatening to be close to her because she has Omega. I mean Savage She-Hulk, and also Omega is very good against control fighters because it will just destroy their hand. Sensational is very good also, and Green Energy is great against sidekicks. So She-Hulk is actually very difficult to counter, and if I would counter her myself, I would also pick someone that is on the same level as her, so a character that has better control than her. I mean, you can pick a character that has also a lot of this action gains and discards, because if you'll be discarding her cards, is much more painful for her than it's for you, but it's also risky because of the Omega and Lady Justice. But overall, aggressive character that is hitting hard and has a lot of the discards and action gains will be alright. It's up to you to choose what character you would like. I think even Yennefer and Triss are alright, because if you will be just destroying She-Hulk's hand, she needs to regenerate it somehow, and the only card draw, I mean, she has okay card draw, but she requires her schemes or taking damage to regenerate. So yeah, just destroy her hand and smack her high to just lower this huge health bar as quick as possible. Then we got Square Girl, and Square Girl is pretty bad. I mean, she has great blocks, and overall her control game is pretty decent, but she will never land a damage on you if you will be just running away from her. So you can just pick a character who is ranged, and she's cooked. Just basically because then every time she just needs to go through squirrel with all of her squirrels next to you to even do something about you. And if you will add something like auto damage, pink damage to this whole game playstyle, auto damage, pink damage is basically destroying her. So Philippa will just destroy her whole squirrels in one attack, and yeah, very easy to counter. Just pick a character with a lot of pink damage, with a lot of action gains, maybe even, and character that is ranged. Yeah, there's a lot of options. Straight up, she's very weak. T-Rex. I mean, the best way to counter her is again to run away, and I don't like it. But in her case, it's actually very thematic, I guess. That's why Sattler is designed as she is. But against T-Rex, straight up, you want to just maneuver away every turn and then draw a card. And also remember to have a lot of high value blocks. Don't take a characters with a lot of sidekicks, because she can trash them, and she can trash a lot of times because she can million years of gut instinct trash and play it again. So don't play a lot of sidekicks. Just play a character with good values and you're fine. And don't try to just get close to her and aggro her down, because you will just not win the race. You need to run away against this fighter. So run away, have high blocks, high defense, and the high blocks, high health, and you're chilling. Sattler. With Sattler, having feints is the cheating, because feint and cancels are basically canceling everything, this auto damage, and also removing auto damage is just cheating against her. The only thing that you are scared of is you never have a control, and you are back. I think we are back in business. You can also think of Woman Inherits the Earth as a huge healing. But overall, if you'll pick a character that just smacks high, she will just, yeah, she might heal it, but do you care? Not really, because her blocks, as you can see, are very trash. The best block she has in the deck is the sexism survival situation or violent if necessary. So if you'll just smack her high and kill Malcolm early, she will just, yeah. But don't pick the aggro character that is just going in and, constantly sit on her face. Because then she will just smack you with this and this. And also she has great card draw with this, and with her like running away playstyle. So you will just never make her not having cards in hand with aggro character. So your better shot is to just smack high. And also never take the OTK characters against her, because if she will survive the OTK, she can just heal the her OTK, and now you are not able to like play the game. You will just not win the game. So yeah, characters that are just smacking high very often, and yeah. Moon Knight. Moon Knight is another hero that is hard to counter, but I think just pick a character with a lot of sidekicks. Straight up, like Moon Knight is. Moon Knight is relying on hitting the opponent very high with Kanshu. Yeah, he can spam small attacks with Moon Knight form at Mr. Knight. But as you can see, he doesn't have a lot of the damage. He doesn't have a lot of cards that he wants to just sacrifice to deal with the sidekicks, especially if you have a lot of those sidekicks. So just put a lot of sidekicks in his face, and he will be struggling with them. Miss Marvel. Oh my god, Miss Marvel is like, she's pretty good actually. But I mean, and she's smacking very high. But only if you will just pick a character that is good at control, you are already like winning the game. And also if you will pick another character who's smacking high, like a great example, Luke Cage, Moon Knight, she will just die, because as you can see, those defenses are absolute trash. So you can just exploit this weakness by smacking her very high. And also movement after combat is like very welcomed on defense, because then you will just get close to her, and she's smacking you from like up to spaces away, so she will be not close to you. But you can just move to her after combat on defense and smack her with 2/6s, and she will just lose 6 health then. Yeah, that's the strategy. Just be careful of her big hits, because she's smacking as high as you probably. Oh my god, Shakespeare. Just destroy all of the actors, get to him and just spam him with attacks, and now he is not he just doesn't know what's going on. He will never line up for a good effects, because he will be constantly under pressure. So if you will just destroy all of his sidekicks with some pink damage and then aggro him down all the time, he will just die. Even big hits works, because his defenses are absolute trash. Very easy to counter. Wayward Sisters, they might be tricky, but overall, with Wayward Sisters, that's the thing. You don't want the game to go for too long, because the longer the game go, the closer they are to just finish you off with the auto damage, with healing, with over great value, with action gains. And also you are not able to cancel those action gains, because they are taking them out of the cauldron, so you cannot cancel them. You can just end the turn. But overall, I think, again, if you will just pick a character who smacks high, you are scared of pricking, and they have something like a Fire Burn and Cauldron Bubble. Not this thing. This thing, the Toil and Trouble. They have something like this on the remedy. But just smack them high and they will die. But I think they're pretty like safe. You don't want to, definitely you don't want to take control fighters against them, because they're surprisingly tricky and they will just destroy your good defenses. They will just don't care about your high value attacks, because they will just pre-king your high value attacks, even sacrificing War Sister, but you will sacrifice your whole health bar. So yeah, just the character who smacks high, and I think that's okay. I've even something like combo and discard doesn't really work, because they can just heal plus draw. Yeah, I don't know. I will just go play a character that is smart. OTK is actually destroying them, but you need to have like free OTK things. So yeah, they are very tricky. Titania, pretty simple. Kill her as quick as possible, because the longer the game goes, similar to Sisters, then your chances of winning are relatively lower and lower, because she relies on getting good glamours and then do the action gain combo with schemes on you, then hit you with fives over and over, and now you don't have defenses and you die. So pick a character that can aggro the Oberon early, so she needs to waste defenses on him. And if she will waste those defenses on him, now she's not able to kill you, because she will be lacking damage. So a character that is aggressive, you don't even like need to have a lot of card draw, because as you can see, she might just hit you a lot of times, but she's not like action gain you to death. So yeah, pick a character that can go in and aggro very quickly, and also has a lot of health. So she will, or just pick a character that has a lot of health, and she will just never kill you, because yeah, she is lacking damage so much. Geralt, again, characters that are hitting like maneuver attack a lot of times with high values. Because Geralt, the thing about Geralt is he has smacking high, but all of his big smacking cards he also needs to like use on defense. So if you will be like hitting him a lot of times with action gains and a lot and all of this, he will be forced to us unless he will cancel you or end your turn. Um, then he needs to like use all of those great attacks on defense, and then he's just lacking damage straight up, and you will just win. So pick a character who is just going in, smacking all the time, not even action gain, just smacks a lot of times, and discard cards, and you're fine. Don't pick control and all of those guys who are glass cannons, because he will just win in value. Siri. Siri is a character that you need to rush absolutely like in the early game, because if you will just let her be on the battlefield for like 5+ turns, you are just not winning this game. Even if you are playing the best control value mid-range thing in the world, you will just not win, because now she's built up into direction that is specifically like countering you. Like she can choose to hit you with high values, she can choose to OTK you, she can choose to auto damage you to death, she can even play fatigue with something like this one, she can heal, she can discard your random cards 5 times. So if you will just not kill her quickly, you are just cooked no matter who you're playing. So just pick a character who can finish the game quickly. So yeah, Raptors, even Oda, I don't know, someone who just can kill her quickly in the first 5 turns. Leshen. Oh my god, Leshen is difficult, but to counter Leshen, you just basically need a character that is just going in, hitting, and then after combat, just move away. It's just moving away. Because if you stay in Leshen zone, you are just dead. So that's why you need the movement after combat. So we can do this little kiting thing, or going in, hitting him, and then just going away. Because he doesn't have a lot of defenses, as you can see, only those. and he has wolves. So yeah, someone that can hit and just run away, and is ranged also. So Robin is basically a perfect counter to him. Or yeah, but movement after combat is basic. After attacking is basically the most important thing to counter Leshen. Philippa. Don't try, like, never try to discard her hand because it will just never work. With Philippa, yeah, just picking a character who has like good, like big health bar, has a lot of cards because she's just exploiting the fact that you need to discard card. Yeah. So yeah, character with big health, a lot of cards, and overall, it seems like a control hero with good card draw, and you are just fine then. Because yeah, you need to block Regicide, Owl form, but rest of the things you are just countering. You are countering Cunning, and you are countering Redanian Plot. If you will be having a lot of cards that you can spare, if she's attacking you, and yeah, she will kill herself basically at this point. And also don't pick a lot of sidekicks because she will just wipe them out. But yeah, a lot of cards and great values will do the job. Aradin. Oh my god, Aradin is stupid. Like, you may just say it's difficult because he is shutting down so many matches. If someone knows how to play Aradin, I don't know if it's like there any counter, because he can just stay in his like first phase for as long as he wants with his guys. And also, don't pick aggro character first of all. Don't pick a character that can just wipe out all of his sidekicks right away, because yeah. I think the characters who have a lot of action gains are the best, because he doesn't have a lot of defenses. His defenses are busted, but he doesn't have a lot of them. So if you will just action gain him to death, he will just lose defenses, and eventually you will be hitting his health because he will run out of all of those. So yeah, action gain. Definitely action gain, but also you have to do something about those boys and in the early game. But yeah, action gain. Yennefer and Triss, just rush them. I know they can rush you with like high up value attacks and all, but don't try to play anybody like control game. Like, don't try control games against them because they will just destroy your whole hand. Your whole like value will be out of the window, and they can just this farm echoing blast on your sidekicks, combo you to death. So just pick a character that is as aggressive as they are. So maybe like Sindbad. Mm, yeah, Sindbad is a very good example actually. Even Bloody Mary is fine because they don't have like great defenses. So if you'll be constantly like hitting them, especially with cards that go through blocks, then they are crumble. But yeah, also big hits might work, I'm pretty sure. But never pick someone who is good in control because they will just destroy his whole control. Blackbeard. Whoa. A lot of cancels, like straight up a lot of cancels and a lot of sidekicks. Because Blackbeard, if you are basically vulnerable, so you don't have the let's say he has all the blondes, you cannot hit him like ever because he has a lot of his boys next to him and he's playing perfectly. The only thing that is saving you in this moment from something like those pistols like Give No Quarter and Avasti, the only thing that is protecting you from him now are feints or sidekicks, because he needs to like go through them to get to you. And yeah, this is countering him pretty easily. So control characters that are doing this are the best things basically. Also, he suffers from not having enough card draw, so if you are able to just discard his cards in the meantime, like Medusa, maybe not Medusa, Medusa is getting destroyed, but someone that is like discards cards on defense also is like great against him because he's lacking those. Chupacabra. Just pick a character who has great blocks and he will just never get to you and do anything to you. Because the highest he can hit is this plus, I don't know, 3 or another 4. So yeah, 8 is dangerous, but he needs to like win the combat. So if he will be constantly blocking with high values, he will never win the combat. And if he will be at the 7 less health, just auto damage him to death. Like straight up. So yeah, characters that have great blocks and auto damage are fine. And that's the only condition. He doesn't really have a lot of these cards except the ambush. Ambush is always great, and the unsettled, but it doesn't really give him an action, so he will spend his whole like action on it. And yeah, if he's like low health, just destroy him because feeding is dangerous. Pandora. Pandora is actually very. It's depending what she like got in the box. Just depending what she got in the box. But overall, I think you're totally fine just going in and smacking her with high values because, as you can see, she has only this, and this, and those cards will not go high. And the Celestial Raiments are the only card that is countering you. So just going in and smacking her with high values should do the job. And that's basically it. I know that she can heal these huge attacks, but Pandora overall has very good movement, has a lot of sidekicks that is so RNG dependent that I don't know why, but I would just probably pick a character that can smack very high. Or just I don't know if I would pick a control character because still 9 value harass will go through like every blocks. But yeah, maybe pick a characters who have a lot of those like reduce the card number to its like printed value because then Hera is countered and she has like nothing else except this. And feints, yeah, also feints, like a lot of feints, a lot of number reduce, and yeah, that's fine. And big values to kill her, and yeah, I think that's overall a good value game. Loki. +2 character. Just pick a +2 character because Loki will be giving you a lot of those Baldur's downfalls, and you will be changing those Baldur's downfalls to 6s. So if you'll be smacking him with 6s, yeah, he still has healing, he still has Sindri's bed, but and he still has something like this and this. But overall, his offensive playstyle is pretty weak, so if you are a +2 character, you will probably kill him like faster, because now you will be hitting him with your +2 attacks. So with 7s, with 8s, with 6s. And then he will be giving you more cards to hit him with like 6s, so that's pretty bad for him. Overall, Loki is easily countered by a lot of playstyles, but he is also very solid. But I think taking +2 character against him is like kinda exploiting his whole identity of the hero. So that's why I would go with this type of playstyle. Leonardo. Leonardo blocks are actually very trash. That's why I think he smacks very high, but if you will be smacking him very high also, he will just die. Don't pick OTK. However, don't pick OTK against him because I have a plan. He will just be saving I have a plan for the proper time. And he also has the hero in the half shell, but overall this card is broken on every turtle, so and those only 2 copies, so don't care about this card. Just go in and slap him with high values, and yeah, he will be smacking you as high. But if you survive Turtle Power and Katana, you're just fine. Donatello. Oh my god, Donatello is difficult because he's kinda busted. Like, he can go big hits, he can go defensive, and he can go combo. The best shot against him is to just pick a fighter who is good at fatigue, because that's his only weakness. Like, he has a lot of auto damage, he has high values, he has combo, he has everything. He has Kadro on defense, so you will not aggro him. He has auto damage on defense. He has knowledge of the deck. So the best thing you can do against him is to just fatigue him to death. So characters with fatigue are great. Also, you can try control fighters, but those control fighters he will also destroy easily. He'll just build himself to the like to the point that he can like actually outvalue those control fighters. So just pick a fighter that is control that is fatiguey, and also if or a fighter that is fatiguey and control at the same time. So Mikey, just character who has a lot of these cards, because it only requires one turn for you to discard his, like, let's say, two cards from his hand, and now he relies on top deck so much that you can just slap him. And also end the turn is just broken against him. So characters that can just discard cards and end the turn will just be your boys. Other than that, I don't know. If he will just land his combo on you, you are pretty like cooked, because yeah, he will be drawing cards all the time. But yeah, you can cancel this combo. So yeah, like I said, end the turn, a lot of feints, and then a lot of discards. Also, high values works. He has very great action gain combo, but you can also like destroy him if you will just cancel him and his turn and hit him high. Raphael. Raphael is the most difficult to counter from all of those guys, actually, because he relies on this whole like baiting thing with his ability. But I think the best way to destroy Raphael is to just go for some action gains, because now he will be forced to like play all of his size, break something, and heroes in the half shell relentlesses on defense, and he doesn't really want to do that, because his whole playstyle is to just let's do this and crowd control for baits, and then turtle power and our unbridled range for offense. So if you will be like destroying his defenses, he is not able to play the unbridled range now, and he will just not kill you. So just action gain him to death, or just discard his cards, and yeah. And that's probably the best way. Don't pick any control, don't pick any like OTK, don't pick any like fatigue, because he will just kill you if you will be playing control, especially. He like when opponent is playing the slower games. Shredder. Shredder OTK is dangerous, but sometimes he will never get to this point. So you can just go in and aggro him down, because his defenses are trash, as you can see, except the masterful defense. He only has like those, and even all according to plan is at your advantage, because now you can just slap him so high. Just go in, take Luke Cage, take Alice, and go in and slap him with high numbers, and he will be suffering. Also, if you have something that allows you to look at his hand, you can just discard his obedient subjects, and his end character is basically not working anymore. And people Pedrock steady, you can also bomb kill them early, But if you feel like confident, you can just leave them alone, just kill Shredder, and he will just do nothing to you. Crank. Oh my god, Crank depends how hot he's rolling. Because if he's rolling very hot, you can do basically nothing because he will be slapping you with 8s. He will be healing for 1,000, and you can now, and he will discard your whole hand, and now you have like basically a big problem. So never play OTK against him. That's the first thing, because yeah, this card exists, and also this card exists, so that's a problem. But I think if you want to have a fair shot against him, you can just pick the character that is good at controlling the game, and you will be controlling him so fine that even if he will be rolling very high values, you will be totally like always having like advantage over him because your card effects are very good. So pick control fighter against him and be chilling. Don't pick aggro character and anything like that, because yeah, those cards are too threatening for you. They can turn these cards, and huge numbers are like so bad, and cancels. And then we have Muhammad Ali, who is like very weak in my opinion. Yeah, you have big hits with momentous shift, with the greatest, with the yeah, even with this one, and the champion. But getting to the point when you are able to smack for so high is very like demanding in my opinion. Switching into between two forms, sometimes you are stuck in one form, and that's so bad. In the butterfly form, I mean. So against Muhammad Ali, you can just go in and slap him, I'm pretty sure, because he only has this defense as a good defense, and rope dope is also pretty dope. But overall, just go in and smack him, because you will just kill him before he will get to his +2 form, probably. He's just weak. Even Hamlet is my opinion better. So just slap him high. If you can even control him to death, he's very easy to counter. And that would be it. All fighters discussed on one go. I know it's very like chaotic. It was very chaotic, and probably now we are just like, oh, that was weird. I wasn't expecting that for sure. I don't know if I will even do the timestamps, to be honest, because I just discuss character in 10 seconds, and sometimes I discuss a character in like 5 minutes. So I will be not doing those timestamps probably. I'll just upload it. And yeah, that's it. I was planning to make this video before I will do this whole series of the, like I said, counter the fighter, because I think counter the fighter will be such great like concept as well for me and as well for you guys, because those will be like basically a puzzles that we'll be solving together, and also I will learn something from you guys. I'm so like looking forward to it. I'm in fact looking so forward to it that I will end this video right now. I'm sorry that I'm not discussing the stars and stripes. I can do a quick like analysis of it, like why not? So yeah, Washington. Washington, as far as I remember, has very good like defenses. But if you will be having a lot of cards, you're just chilling, because then you will be countering his roost tokens. So yeah, I think that would be correct. Just picking a character that has a lot of cards and also can go through blocks and auto damage, because then you are just going through all of those high blocks. What? What? Just slap him with high numbers. He is just having too little defenses, and yeah, he can just hit you with absolute huge combo action gain thing. But you can hit him very high as well. Don't pick sidekicks also against him, because yeah, he can just wipe them out with Thunder Hammer and the gunfire at the OK Coral. So just slap his ass with high numbers. And don't pick the control because he will action gain the control to death. Rosie. Rosie, as I predicted, is very weak. And yeah, those blocks are pretty trash. So you know, guys, what to do. Just go in and slap her with high numbers. You can play even the control fighters against her because her numbers are pretty weak. Like this can go up to 5, this 4, 4. So yeah, that's pretty bad. So just go in and play the control hero with high numbers, and you are just chilling against her like totally. And John Henry, I don't know. John Henry seems pretty powerful. And I think against him you want a lot of sidekicks because unless he will play the 9-pound hammer, then he will be struggling to get close to you and he will be wasting all of his high value attacks on those small sidekicks and he doesn't have regroups. So yeah. Also, I see that people said that he doesn't really have a lot of defenses. So I guess smacking him with combo is also pretty good. But sidekicks are countering him also. So yeah, that's probably all. So yeah, now I'm going to somewhat maybe edit it or whatever. And that would be it. Thanks so much for watching and just look forward for this little like series. I'm so excited to like start recording this and all. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.